What's up, YouTube? We're going to do a quick comparison today. We have the GRB100 on the left, and then we have the GWR-B1000 on the right. What are the differences? They're both Gravitymaster watches from G-Shock. Let's get started. Let's compare. Let's go. Alright, let's get started. We're going to compare the GRB100 on the left and the GWR-B1000 on the right. If you found my channel by accident, I appreciate you for joining me. I do a lot of G-Shock comparisons, reviews, upcoming releases, tough tests, and so much more stuff on my channel. Please subscribe if you haven't already done so. Hit the like button if this is helpful. If you found this channel because you're thinking about buying a Gravitymaster, there's variants of this model. There's some older models as well. The GPW1000, for example, the GA1000, the GA1100. But that's so confusing. I'm going to compare the latest models in this Gravitymaster series, the GRB100, which is on the left here, and the GWR-B1000, which is on the right. The GRB on the left was released in 2018 at a retail cost of $330. The one on the GRB on the right here, that was released in 2019 and is the upgrade, I would say, of the GRB on the left. This one, though, retailed for $850. But why so much, you'd think? There's some reasons, and I'll explain that to you shortly. First of all, this one is a higher end model and they use premium materials for the composition of this watch. On the left here, you have the analog and digital watch, which the GWRB is only strictly, as you can see, an analog watch. So if you're looking for something that's digital, you might consider the GRB because of that and because of the price. The right one here is analog, but you get the premium materials, and it's actually a smaller fitting watch, which might be something you may like, depending on what you need. Both of these watches do offer Bluetooth technology, solar power. One on the right offers multi-band 6, while the one on the left doesn't. But they both have Bluetooth technology, so it really doesn't require the multi-band 6, unless you don't want to be connected to a mobile device at all times. That's when the Bluetooth technology really kicks in. As you can see, they're both connected to Bluetooth. I synced them recently, and you can see they're pretty much identical on the time frame because I've synced them recently to connect them and check the settings. They both offer, because of the Gravitymaster series, they both offer flight log information, which pretty much lets you record points as you travel. If you're a pilot or if you like to travel a lot or whatever the case may be, you can record on your watch where you've been, and then they'll map it out on the Bluetooth application, different points of interest or different points of location that you've traveled on the app, which is pretty neat if you do that if you're into that kind of stuff. Personally, I don't find a use for that. It's just an added function that I pretty much won't be using. All right, both of these watches do have a beautiful LED light, and I'll display that to you here. Before I get started with that, let me show you how the luminescent hands, they both have neo luminescent hands. This one, though, the GWRB on the right, shows a bigger aspect or bigger ratio of luminescent on the dials. Each hour marker is illuminated. The hour marker and the minute hand are both illuminated. On the GRB on the left, you'll see there is illumination, but it's a lot less visible. You'll see on the top of each point of the hour marker, it's visible for luminescent. The hour marker and the minute hand and the 12-hour indicator have illumination. The GWRB, a lot more going on there. See that? More luminescent there. Maybe a little too much if you ask me, but it all depends on what you really want. Now let's check out the backlight or the LED lights on this watch. The GRB on the left has the light button right in the bottom left on the corner, on the bottom of the protection there. So you have to push that button there to get that beautiful bright dual LED. One LED light on the bottom here illuminates the actual analog, while the backlight is illuminating the digital on the watch. Okay, now this actual watch, the light button is a little flush into the bezel, which makes it a little bit difficult to push if you ask me. It's kind of stuck in there, recessed into the body of the watch, and it's kind of hard to feel it and push it, because you have this crevice here, this button here that protects it, and you also have the bezel here. So you kind of manipulate the button. It's kind of difficult to find it if you're doing it in the dark. All right, but if you want to get used to that, it's not a big problem. The GWR-B, on the other hand, is a lot more easier to press. You have this beautiful button here on the bottom, which is made, all of these metal components on the outside are made of titanium, which makes the watch a little bit lighter and, like I said, premium materials. So you just pretty much push this button here, and you have this beautiful LED light, which kind of fades in and out and gives you the beautiful glow of the analog hands. All right, this one is not dual LED, so you just get the single LED, which lights up the analog. You don't have it, and I don't think it's really required for a dual LED since there is no digital display. Now, moving on, let's talk about these premium materials I told you. The GRB is less expensive compared that to the GWR-B, but the GRB uses something more economical in terms of materials. You have these stainless steel materials. It's pretty much basic mineral glass. So you don't have that premium sapphire glass that the GWR-B on the right here has, which does help with anti-reflective, and it also helps with scratch resistance. So if you want the premium look, premium feel, the GWR-B will be an option that you might want to consider. The one on the right, the GWR-B, does also have carbon fiber bezel. You can see that right there. Gorgeous carbon fiber. Premium again. Premium materials included in this watch. And it doesn't stop there. Like I said, you have these titanium metal components on the outside of the watch. And the bands are also made of carbon fiber. Right there. That's not existent on the GRB model. You pretty much just have resin material. All right, the GWR-B is also lighter and thinner than the GRB on the left because they use the new monocog carbon casing, which makes it a lot more thinner, smaller profile watch compared to the GRB. You'll see here the looks like an Oreo cookie. That's how you can tell the monocog design, carbon monocog. There it is right there, carbon design, compared to the standard backplate design on the GRB, which makes it thicker. So maybe you don't want that large profile and you want a thinner profile. The GRB may be the option for you. In terms of size, the GRB on the left is much bigger, relatively bigger than the GWR-B on the right. For example, the GRB measures at 62.2 versus 50.1, 53.8 versus 46.4, and 17.3 versus 16.9. That doesn't sound like a lot, but in terms of size, you can see it here that in fact the GRB is slender, smaller in casing. Now in terms of weight, the GRB weighs 87 grams, a whopping 87 grams, while the GWR-B on the right, because of all those lightweight materials like the carbon fibers and whatnot, you come in at 72 grams, which is quite some difference in terms of weight, and you can feel that in your hand. Now, if you're a person who likes colors, then you want to consider the GRB. You have a lot more color options with the GRB than you do with the GWR-B. With the GRB on the left, you have 4 different colorways. You have the obvious one in front of me, which is a black with bronze and orange accents. You see the black there, the bronze, and you have orange accents on the lower, on the underbody, as well as the accents around the bezel. Okay, then you have some other color options that are available. You have the black with blue, the black gray with green accents, and then you have the limited edition Wildlife Promising one, which is the brown with white colorway. With the GWR-B, you pretty much just have this colorway, the black one with the blue accents, and then you have the carbon fiber accents on the bezel. So which one do I recommend? It's totally up to you and up to your budget. If you want a lighter size watch, I would recommend the GWR-B, which is with the premium materials, the sapphire glass, the carbon fiber, and the titanium buttons and all that stuff. That's what I would recommend if you have the budget for it. Now, if you're just looking for the Gravitymaster in terms of the technology that's available, then I said go with the GRB. It's a comfortable watch, although it's a lot heavier and larger in size. It's still a good looking watch. And you have the digital aspect, the double LED, and you have the Bluetooth technology to go with it. Now, I'll show you here, I have a 6.5-inch wrist, which is actually small wrist. So it doesn't really look that large on my wrist when you're actually wearing it. All right, there's the GWRB on my 6.5-inch wrist. I have small wrist, like I said, and doesn't look too horrible. It's actually not too bad when you're wearing it in real life. Now let me show you how the GWRB fits on my wrist. There's the GWRB. It actually looks buttoned, maybe because of the protruding buttons on the right side, the crown there, the rotating crown. Kind of looks bigger than the GRB. And I'll do a side-to-side comparison you guys can see, and you be the judge. All right, guys, I'm gonna show you guys a quick macro look at each of these watches. You're gonna love both watches. You can't go wrong with either one. I'll tell you what my recommendation is at the end of this video, but let's check out some macro shots of both of these watches. So which one do you think you're gonna get? Comment below, tell me which one you like. Is it gonna be the GRB with the smaller price tag? These are actually, you could have these about for under $200, $150 approximately for this GRB. The GWR-B on the right can actually be had for about $360, $350. If you were interested in any of these, please comment below. Find my email in the body of the description and email me. I'll get you a hold of one of these puppies if you're really interested in it for a lot better than retail. All right, comment below, tell me which one you're gonna go for, which one do you prefer, or what do you think are the differences between these two watches that would make you lean towards one versus the other one. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Till next time, this is Chicago. I'm out of here. Love you all. Thanks for watching my videos. You could have picked someone else's, but you chose me. I thank you for that. Till next time, I'm out of here. Peace.
I'm rocking my G-Shock. 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 I'm rocking my G-Shock.